going to show a couple of constraint issues just to get smarter about how all that works. So making a new sketch, and we're just going to do some simple things with some lines that you'll say, wow, it's, sometimes you want it to work and sometimes you don't want it to work. I'll be using the keyboard shortcut L here. Make a line, finish it with the checkbox, or you could hit escape. Make another line that is not really connected to that one at all. So this time I'll hit escape. And now if I take this and move it up and down, right there it constrains to be horizontal, but I can move it off. If I let go, the constraint gets tied in there. I come back here, I try grabbing it, and I can't because it stays horizontal. So you think, if you didn't know that's what happened, it gets frustrating. I can delete that constraint right there, and now I can come back and move that. These points, they'll snap onto that grid line because I have my snaps put on, but they don't stay there. I can move that angle as well. If I highlight those, I'm not sure if I have to highlight them or if I have to pick them separately. Try something. So I'm going to make a horizontal vertical constraint, that point and that point. And so now, okay, that still moves. When I move one of them, the other one's going to move along with it. So that's kind of interesting. If I bring them on to each other, they connected, and I can't disconnect it now. And you hover on it, it shows a coincident constraint. So these constraints get added on without you telling them, or sometimes you telling them. So you have to be aware of these symbols and know that that can happen. One more example here, line. I'm going to draw it. Escape line. Start here. And now I can't get it to be parallel. I can force it to be parallel if I make them constrained. If I apply, sure that's the parallel constraint. If I apply this and this, and so now they'll stay parallel. But it is kind of interesting because, well, I thought if I drew it parallel, it would be parallel. It's just some drawing techniques. If I draw a line here, now use the checkbox, come here, now it does become parallel because in the previous one I ended it with an escape, and on this one I ended it with the checkbox. So all kinds of small little things that when you use the software you'll get used to it, but just to show you some of the things and what the constraints will cause and what you can do with them.